So if you're somebody who's noticed that you've been pushing and forcing and thinking you have to keep up with the Joneses, ask yourself, what is one thing that I can stop doing today that's actually draining my energy? Or where is it that I can simplify and trust that less is actually more? You can scale without burning out. That's what I'm saying. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Power in the Pause podcast. How are you guys doing today? I am your host, Wendy Paige Sterling, and I am so excited to be here with you all in today's episode. Today's episode is going to speak to each and every one of you listening. So you're going to want to turn off all distractions and grab a pen and a journal or a piece of paper or the notes app on your phone and start taking some notes, because today I am going to share with you what I have learned and the lessons that have taught me exactly what to do in order to grow my business, scale my business without feeling burnout. Because here's what I have learned, okay? More success does not mean more work. Okay. So if you're somebody who has been feeling like growth requires grind, or if that you slow down, you're going to actually already be behind, this episode, my friend, is going to shift your entire approach to how it is that you have been doing business. But before we dive in, okay, before I share this with you guys, I have something really special for you, my podcast listeners. You see, when this podcast episode airs, I'm actually going to be in Egypt for my second time, and I will be going to the Great Pyramid on spring equinox. Can you believe it, you guys? And so what I have decided and what was downloaded for me to create is recording exclusive content when I am on the ground in Egypt, because the last time that I was there in November of 2022, I received some very valuable information that my clients got access to. And that type of access created this sacred frequency that they got to tap into to create abundance in their life and in their business. And I'm going to be creating an exclusive package just for my podcast listeners. So this is the only place that I'm sharing this, right here, right now with you. So if you are somebody who wants to get access to this content, you are going to want to go into the show notes, because that is where you can find the link. That is where this quote unquote private information is going to be shared. And it is for those of you who are feeling that call and you are ready to tap into the magical energy of Egypt that I will be receiving. Okay. I received it last time. I'm going to be receiving it again. So with no further ado, let's get back into today's episode. So what is the cost of scaling the wrong way? Well, here's what I see all the time with my clients. The minute we come up against a ceiling, okay, an income ceiling, a growth ceiling, instead of looking at what feels in alignment, we actually think that the solution is going to be if we just push harder, right? More hours, more offers, more pressure. But guess what happens? We're trying to scale when we are depleted, when we are draining ourselves during that process. And when we hit our next income goal, we feel like it took forever. We feel disconnected. We feel exhausted. And if you're anything like what happened to me, is I started to feel stuck in a business that I didn't feel like I really was passionate about anymore. And so if this is resonating with you, I want to invite you to just pause and ask yourself, are you scaling your business in a way that actually supports the life that you want? Or are you following a path that isn't in alignment with who you are today anymore? Because what I have learned over the last decade of creating not one, but two businesses, one was a 7-figure business. My second one hit 6 figures in 2 months. What I can tell you is what got you here is not going to get you to your next level. That's not how this works. Okay. Scaling smarter means shifting your approach based on where it is that you are today. What worked for you a year ago is not going to work for who you are today. Okay. And I want to share with you guys what I call the three biggest lies about scaling that you, I know, believe, because my clients tell me this all the time and I believed it myself. Lie number one is that scaling means that you actually have to work harder. No, my friends, the truth is that scaling is actually about simplifying. Okay. It's not about adding more. Your job doesn't mean you have to do more. Okay. What it means is that it's time to get radically clear, unapologetically clear on what is actually going to move the needle and allow the momentum to release everything that you desire. So let me share an example with you guys, okay? My clients inside of my mastermind, the unapologetic woman, often come in feeling overwhelmed or exhausted, right? They're spinning their wheels, creating content. Clients are depleting them, their social media, their marketing, they're doing all the things, right? But when they come into my community, what do? Well, we ground back in to their truth and we clear the noise and we focus on the energy, not the strategy, my friend. At first, we focus on the energy. And when their energy gets realigned, guess what happens? Their income increases because they're in alignment with what it is that they desire. And it makes their strategy start working for them instead of them driving the bus on their strategy. Okay. Lie number two, we think that more clients means that we are more successful. Absolutely not. The truth is that not all clients or programs are created equal. So if you have a business that's built on low ticket, high volume clients who drain you, that tells me that you're working a job. You're not fostering a business. That's my opinion. Okay. Now, scaling smart means that you're attracting aligned clients who actually value your work, who pay your worth and don't require 24/7 handholding. Again, one of my clients, we sat down and we realigned her business to what felt good for her. And that meant raising her rates. And she said to me just the other day, Wendy, it's so nice to know that I'm getting paid more. I have fewer clients. I have less work to do, but I love what I do. This is how she wanted to create her business. And that's what we did, is we aligned it and got her head back on. Instead of thinking she had to have more clients to make more money, she actually just needed to raise her rates. And we designed what that was going to look like once her energy was in alignment with that. Number three, we believe that if I slow down, I'm going to fall behind. Nope. That is what this podcast is all about, my friend, right? The truth is that slowing down and going through is actually your shortcut, because when you allow yourself the gift of the pause, right? The power to see and feel the power in the pause and to recalibrate, you're actually making clearer and more aligned decisions. So if you're somebody who's noticed that you've been pushing and forcing and thinking you have to keep up with the Joneses, ask yourself, what is one thing that I can stop doing today that's actually draining my energy? Or where is it that I can simplify and trust that less is actually more? Again, I have a client who thought that she had to put all of this stuff into this package to prove her worth. And her clients didn't even know that that was part of the package that they were getting, but she was so concerned about the value that she was going to provide that she was spinning her wheels, and she realized, wait a second, they're not paying me to do this. If they want to pay me to do this, they can. But I can just simplify and trust that what it is that they're paying me for is enough. And I can actually add this as an add-on in my package. Do you hear what I'm saying to you guys? You can scale without burning out. That's what I'm saying. So if you are somebody that wants to actually scale smarter, not harder, here's what needs to shift. Write this down. Number one, align first, act second. If it is not a hell yes, it is a no, my friend. And a no sometimes means not now. Sometimes it means not ever. Number two, raise your standards. I did an entire masterclass about raising your standards. back in January. And that is all around saying no to clients or projects or businesses or business models that drain you, that don't light you up, that don't create ease in your life. And number 3, trust that success flows when you are actually in alignment. If clients are not coming in, that tells me that you are out of alignment with your offer. There is something that is creating static, okay? And this is exactly the work we do inside of my Unapologetic Woman Mastermind. Because business isn't just a strategy. It is about mindset. It is about your energy. It is about boundaries. It is about your alignment. So if you've been pushing, forcing, and thinking that the only way to grow is to hustle harder, please let this episode be your permission slip to not have to choose between success and your well-being. You actually get to have both. Yes, you do. And you get to scale in a way that supports you, okay? And if you're feeling this and you want to tap into a whole new level of abundance, clarity, and self-trust, go into the show notes, because while I'm in Egypt, I am going to be at a bunch of different places within Egypt, including the Great Pyramid, including the Great Sphinx, including different monuments that honor the goddesses. Okay, I'm going to be there over spring equinox, receiving the downloads, codes that are going to support you with your wealth and your expansion and your energetic alignment. And I'm only sharing them with my podcast listeners. Okay, that means you. So if you want access, go into the show notes, because the energy when I am in Egypt is so incredibly powerful. All of my clients, when I was in Egypt last time and got access to this energy, had some of their best months in business ever. And opportunities were flying into them to the point where they got to say no to things that weren't in alignment. They knew they were being tested. And so if this is calling for you, I want you to go into the show notes and get your access to my Egypt Wealth Code package. I invite you to trust that you are the right person that is meant to receive this. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you found some wisdom in today's episode. I hope that you found inspiration to ditch the hustle, to trust yourself fully, and to start building wealth and success from alignment, not exhaustion. As a reminder, don't forget to follow me on social media at Wendy Paige Sterling. And until next time, my friends, trust yourself unapologetically. And I hope that you found some wisdom in this episode that is going to help you to find your own power in the pause. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Sending you so much love and light always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.